like you have this ability to sense energies, I think,
Mm.
that not a lot of people do. I think it's one of your superpowers.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know what I like? I call it a bioenergetic feedback loop. Like I'm very, I've been told throughout my life that I'm a very smiley person. Like I like people, so I smile a lot. And just that little bit of energy exchange, it kind of lightens their energy. And then it kind of comes back to me, and then lights my energy, and we end up in this like upward spiral of positive energy, and you feel it, and it feels good.
30 minutes ago, you walked into the studio,
Yes.
and I, personally, before you got here, I was feeling like, oh man, today's a slog, right? It's not my best day. I'm still doing some of the work. I'm still moving some things forward, so that's positive. But like, I'm tired. It's the end of a long week, and I'm looking forward to going home and spending time with my family this afternoon and just not doing work. And I felt that affecting me. And I was like, guys, you know that thing you do every once in a while when someone walks in the door? And they're like, yeah. I go, we got to do that for Michael when he gets here. And so you walk in the door, and you got 4 guys
Yes.
give you a round of applause,
Yes.
clapping for you. And I saw that uplifting energy. Like I saw you got very excited. You're like, oh, what's this for? What's happening? And I think that's a cool example of that. Like sometimes the energy that you bring to the table, it always affects the people around you.
100%.
But sometimes you don't know that, you're not conscious of the energy that you're bringing to the table. If you can make the choice to do that, you can really change the trajectory of a conversation or a meeting or
100%.
a podcast or whatever it is.
100%. And I'll say that I like people, but I have a whole lifetime of having really wonderful exchanges with people. People who don't like people and who think that, people are always mean or they're nasty, whatever, I really think they need to look at themselves. I always taught my kids that if you think everyone around you is an a-hole, chances are you're the a-hole. So I think that it's like almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like the energy that you put out will be your destiny, because everyone else is a mirror onto you. There's actually a famous quote that gets misinterpreted by Jean-Paul Sartre that is people are hell, right? Very simple quote. And the idea is, people usually interpret it as people suck.
Yeah.
But really what it means is people are a mirror unto you. So they are reflecting back what you're putting out there. And if you suck, that's what you get back.
Yeah.
Right? Like they suck because they're literally telling you, but in every exchange they have with you, what you're putting out there. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people, they wear their tough day on their sleeve.
Yes.
And then they go out there and they're a little edgy when they're talking to the store clerk, and the store clerk's a little nasty. And what do? They go, oh, that clerk is nasty. But really, they're responding to the energy that you put out, right? It's really amazing. Like I'm a very upbeat person, and I'll be honest with you, I get a lot of free stuff. Like people aren't throwing stuff like the barista at Starbucks isn't throwing coffee at me, isn't giving me free coffee necessarily, but like people take care of me in ways that I really attribute to the positive feelings they get when being around me because I'm positive, and I'm thankful for that. But I being having a great exchange with somebody is its own reward. Like walking around and talking to random people, and I've done this ever since I was a little kid, right? So I have a whole lifetime of this, but walking around and talking to random people and getting that energy feedback like that feels great.
Yeah. It feels good when you can affect someone else's mood as well. Right? Like when you have that power, and not saying that I'm perfect at doing this, right? Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and that reflects poorly, and I give my wife attitude and she gives it back, and I'm like, oh, what's up your butt, but it's really me.
Right.
But when you can positively affect someone's mood, it feels good. Like it feels really good the other day I was jumping into a meeting with someone, and I took a couple of minutes before that meeting to just think about how I was going to go into the meeting, like how I was going to start. And it was because I was having a busy day, right? And it was my social battery was kind of depleting. I had been talking to people all day long, and this was like a 4:00 meeting in the afternoon. And I don't know about you, but when I get to 4:00 and I've been on phone calls and meetings all day long, I'm exhausted.
Yes.
And like you said, when you wear your emotions, your feelings on your sleeve in that meeting, people pick up on it.
100%, yeah.
So I took a moment to actually recenter myself and say, yes, I'm tired, but I'm going to approach this meeting with positive energy out of the gate, right? And I think it had a great effect on how that meeting went. And it's going to turn into business for us eventually. And I think had it gone a different way, it could have ended completely differently. I could have not got that client. I could have not. That person on the other end of the phone who I have a relationship might say, I don't want to. Not only do I not want to work with Steve, I don't really want to be around Steve. I'm not going to go to his event on the 27th, the pickleball event. I'm not going to go to that next coffee social that they have at the studio. Like, I don't need to. That's not my type of person.
Yeah, that matters. So last night I had an event at the Mock Pit.
Plug the next one. When's the next one?
All right, well, that's March 12th. And it's primarily for like people in business that want to kind of talk to other business people, but also really hang out with good people. I think zero structure. I throw some snacks down
And zero alcohol.
and zero alcohol. And by the way, if you have kava, it's a really relaxing beverage that opens people up to socialize. So it works very well in a bar-like situation. So you have a little bit of kava, and then all of a sudden you kind of want to talk to people and chill because you're more receptive and open to that type of situation. We had like maybe 15 people there yesterday, but they're all there with no expectation. It wasn't like they were there to like close business deals. It wasn't like a classic networking event. It was more just like a social, relaxing event, and people had a great time. Most people stayed there for like 2-3 hours, and it was just a really nice thing. And if you are a nasty person, I think it's really hard to get people to come out and do that.
Yeah.
Right. And I know I had somebody in my life a while back that could really sour a room with her energy, and she didn't like people, and not realizing that she was receiving the energy she was putting out in the world. So I guess, a lesson is check the energy that you're putting out in the world. Like take a deep introspective look and see how the people around you are responding to you, or see how they're acting, right? You may not realize it's a response. And if they're not responding or acting in a way that consistently, where you see a pattern with all the people around you, like check yourself and see what energy you're putting out there into the world. If you're able to have a nice time, make people laugh, not everyone's funny perhaps, but like just have a nice conversation, a meaningful conversation, one that you're not like trying to close a deal, out of desperation or out of like that's what you were taught to do. See what kind of energy you put out there and how you change that energy, how that comes back to you. And I think you might be surprised.